So what I want to show you guys, well, first let's talk about a concept. There's two concepts to know when you're working with GreenMax. One is the concept of a schedule, and the other is the concept of an area. An area is just a collection of relays and switches, photocells, aux sensors, that all work with one another. We're getting ready to go into an area so I can show you exactly how that operates. But a schedule is what tells the area what to do. Okay? You assign relays to switches in the area. You tell, with the schedule, you tell that area what time you want those relays to come on or what time you want the switches to activate. Because you can do things like disable switches during the business day if you don't want people turning lights on and off, so that they just stay on. And you can do things like blink warn the lights in the evening, an hour after the business closes, so that people who are still there know that the lights are about to go out. You guys won't need to deal with any of that here, so I'm going to try to kind of stick to what you need to deal with, but I want you to know about that concept and about that, because we will look at the schedules as well. So to get into the areas, you go to Configure, using your next and back buttons. You hit OK, and you just hit the next button until you cursor all the way through that and you're on areas. Hit OK, and you can see that there are two areas in your system, area 1 and 2. Once you're up in these sub-menus, you can, just like with the Ezmax, you use your arrows to move around. And so if we want to take a look at area 1, we can hit OK, cursor that, hit OK, and we can see that the schedule it's tied to is called B2, and we can cursor down and look at what relays are assigned to it. By hitting OK, we can see that this area has relays 1, 2, 3, 4 and relay 6 in it. We can cursor down where it says switches and see what switch buttons are attached to it. And we can see that switch button 1, it says right here, of this digital switch over here, is attached to this area. And if we hit OK while that switch is highlighted, we can go in and look at the programming on that. And we can see that the initial level that this switch is set for is 100%. We can see that it contains relays 1, 2, 3, 4 assigned to this switch button. If we want to add or delete relays, we can go to the next one down that says, the next item down that says add or delete, hit OK, and it takes you to this add delete screen. And at this point, if we wanted to add relay 6 to this switch button, we can just arrow down to that and hit the right arrow to move it over from the available side to the assigned side. Okay? Now, if we save this and then hit the first button on that switch, relays 1 through 4 and relay 6 would turn on and off. Okay? If we want to delete a relay that's assigned to this switch button, you just cursor over to that switch button, hit the left arrow, and it takes it back off. And you can switch between the available side and the assigned side with the back and next keys. If you get over here and hit next again, it will take you back over here as well. So it just loops around also. Once you finish making your changes here, you go down to OK and you hit the OK button. Now, I'm not going to do that because we don't really want to save this. I'm going to hit escape. Takes us back out to the same screen OK takes us to. You hit next again, down to the OK button and hit OK. And it takes you to this screen. And at this point, you can just, if you're done making all the changes,